AITA for making my dad choose between me and my sister. Some background. My dad has 3 daughters from his first marriage. We can call them M, G, and T. They are 27, 28, and 30. I am 19. We never really had a relationship, as the divorce between my dad and his first wife was very messy and she kept my sisters from us and turned them against us. My sisters really hated us, especially my dad. There are too many instances to name, but they have been very nasty and have done their best to try to hurt us. My dad is not perfect, and sometimes I resent him as well, but he has always been extremely loving and accepting of them in spite of the way they've acted towards him. When I was 3 and M was 11, she was inappropriate with me. Fortunately it wasn't forceful or aggressive. It was inappropriate behavior for an 11-year-old to have with a 3-year-old. I never held this against her, because she was a child too, but I have had very severe and long-lasting issues because of this. I never brought it up because I had never fully processed. I finally told my parents about it last year and my therapist about it a couple of months ago. Like I said, my parents and I never really had a relationship with my sisters. Around February is when we all really got in contact and started developing a relationship. I have a poetry page on Instagram. I wrote some different things sometime last year about abuse. It makes me sick to think about, but I often still wonder how they looked at you with your sweet little face and your innocent eyes and your small, fragile body and still decided to hurt you. I would undo it if I could. I would erase the sick memories from your mind and I would scrub your body clean so you could no longer feel their dirty hands on your skin. I would save you. I would make you clean again. I would make you into a new creature. These writings were very vague. They were centered on my experience. In no way was I accusing anyone. I was writing about how it made me feel. M found the account and screenshot those posts and sent them to me and asked who they were about. I told her I wasn't ready to talk about it and she kept pressing, so I didn't respond. Later that night, because she couldn't take no for an answer, she calls my dad, asks if that post was about her, and he tells her yes, that is about her. I was pissed at him for telling her that. This all happened at 2 a.m. and he woke me up and told me M was on the phone and I should talk to her. I refused, because like I previously stated, she couldn't take no for an answer. I tried to go back to sleep but I couldn't because I was so anxious about the whole situation, so I texted my sister and acknowledged the situation. I will add our text message interaction below me. Hey. I just want to put it all out there since it's a whole big ordeal now. I'm sure this is an in-person conversation or call conversation, but I'm tired RN and this is just what I want to say. What I remember is when I was 3 and you were around 11, at the house on Sturgis, me and you would go into my room and hump each other, interact very sexually. I don't know if you remember that. I do. I remember it very vividly. I'm not blaming you for anything. You were just a kid too. I just feel really affected by it. That is one of the first memories I have. My therapist thinks that's why I have BPD. I know there wasn't any malicious intent on your part. I believe it was just curiosity, regular child experimentation, but because I was so much younger than you, I feel that it was very inappropriate and that's why I am so affected by it. I acted out very sexually and inappropriately after that for the majority of my life. I blocked it out for a while, but I always knew it happened. Again, I know there wasn't any bad intent on your part. I'm not upset with you. I'm not holding anything against you. I am just now dealing with the aftermath of it, the effects on me. It wasn't only with you though. When I was a little bit older, 7, an older boy, outside of the family, touched me. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are, how you're feeling, what you remember. And I have used my poetry as a way to express myself, not as a mean of attacking anyone. So I hope you're not feeling attacked by that, because that's never what that was for. Because like I said, I'm not upset with you and it wasn't only with you. I only recently started talking about this in therapy and it's helped a lot. I appreciate you reaching out to me about it. I like where we are at in our relationship, so I didn't want to mention it until I was ready, until we were closer. And I do want to have a relationship with you. I love you and I love that we've been talking and hanging out. I don't think you're a bad person and I never said you were. I'm not holding anything against you. I want us to be sisters, that's all I've wanted my whole life. This is so far-fetched, this isn't even worth a response. I'm just sick at myself for trying to entertain a relationship with such an unhealthy human. This is utter delusion. I was never alone with you and I would remember if something happened at 11. You have said this constantly about a multitude of different people and it is a pattern. Maybe you're having a flashback from seeing your parents have sex in front of us and you're misremembering. Jansen and Ben tried to warn me about the way you would talk about serious things so nonchalant and how not normal it is. I hope you find self-value. You have won. We will never have relationship with our father again. Heads up, I'm seeking legal advice about slander, defamation of character. I was super pissed at how she responded. It was just insane. My reasoning is, for her to see the vague writing I posted and ask if it was about her is enough for me to know that she knows what she did. Got so many other people involved in this situation. All of my sisters and their husbands all harassed my family and they sent us nasty, disrespectful messages, telling us how much of a liar I am and how I'm disgusting, an attention whore, how shit people we are, how my parents terrible parents, etc. When we blocked them, they made fake numbers to continue to harass us. Specifically made a fake number to tell me I'm a liar and ruining her reputation. I replied back and told her to go fuck herself and to leave us alone, and she kept making fake numbers to contact us. Then my sister went on to make posts on social media about us and messaged other family members, trying to turn them against us, and completely twisted the story. This went on for about a week and a half and then they stopped. My dad had always been a pushover when it came to them. He's always let them act however they want towards him with no consequences or repercussions. Finally, after all of this, he said he was done with them. They are grown, married with kids, and he can no longer have anything to do with them after they've acted this way. I was very proud of him for finally being able to do this. 2 weeks ago there was a medical emergency with my dad. He had to have emergency surgery and was hospitalized for a week. He ended up messaging my sisters, even though we hadn't had contact with any of them in about a month. He just told them he was in the hospital and that he loved them because he didn't want them to find out through Facebook or anything. They replied and told him they didn't care, he's not their dad, they don't care what happens to him, he's never gonna see his grandkids again, etc. However, yesterday I learned that they actually ended up visiting him in the hospital and apparently and my dad are talking again and trying to work on their relationship. This made me furious. I just couldn't believe he could forgive her so easily after all of this. So I told him, it's me or I will no longer have a relationship with you if you decide to continue this with them. They have disrespected all of us terribly. And he told me that them talking again shouldn't make him upset and that their relationship has nothing to do with mine and his relationship. TLDR. My half-sister, M, was inappropriate with me when I was 3 and she was 11. When this was all brought to light, my sisters harassed me and my parents and tried to hurt us all very badly. My dad claimed he was done with them, that there is no coming back from how they're acted and what they've done, but I just found out that my dad and M are actually talking again and working on their relationship. I feel extremely betrayed and I told my dad it's either me or her. Any advice and comments would be greatly appreciated, thank you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for watching more interesting videos.